Welcome to the Scrum.org Community Podcast, a podcast from the home of Scrum. In this podcast, we feature professional Scrum trainers and other Scrum practitioners sharing their stories and experiences to help learn from the experience of others. We hope you enjoy this episode.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ryan Ripley with Agile for Humans and professional Scrum trainer with Scrum.org. I'm stepping in as a guest host for episodes highlighting the experiences of other Scrum.org professional Scrum trainers. I hope you enjoy getting to know these amazing people. Welcome to this episode of Becoming a Scrum Master. I'm your host, Ryan Ripley. Joining me today, fellow professional Scrum trainer, Lavaneesh. Great to see you.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me here as well.
Oh, of course. Can't wait to hear about your journey to becoming a Scrum Master. We're going to jump right into it. We try to keep these pretty concise. And so let's jump right into that first question. Can you share the story of how you first encountered Scrum and what motivated you to become a Scrum Master? Was there a particular moment or experience that really sparked your interest?
Okay. So first I will talk about that. First I encountered the Scrum. So I used to work in one fintech company in 2011-12. And that was the first time I came to know about the Scrum framework. So I was working as a kind of a developer within the Scrum team. So my role pretty much like the business analyst. And I really liked the way the Scrum helped our team as well. And especially making the thing visualize as well and providing the transparency. And slowly I thought that, oh, that's really interesting. Maybe this is something I would like to do and help my teams and my organizations better as well. And then I got the chance first time in 2014 to become a Scrum Master. And since then, I loved it. So yeah, any particular moment that sparked my interest was, I can say, before even using the Scrum, I worked in some very waterfall kind of way of working as well. And I saw that how that waterfall kind of way sometimes can create that command and control kind of culture, which takes away the joy from the people. And I have been victim of that as well. So and that's when I thought that, okay, maybe Scrum can help. Scrum Masters can help. And that's where that spark started coming as well.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Hopefully we can help, right? Hopefully we do bring some joy to work.
Yeah, I think we can, because it's not a traditional role to me. It's not like just coming and keep saying, okay, do this, do that, do this, do that. It's not like that. It's more about that, okay, trying to understand how we can help our teams in becoming more effective in itself. And yes, if we can bring the purpose in their work, I think they will start getting a little bit more happiness, to be honest.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So was there a specific project or situation where you had a eureka moment or where a light bulb went off, where you realized the true power and potential of Scrum? If so, could you describe that experience?
Yeah. So I used to work in one automotive company in 2013-14, Ryan. So we were calling it ourselves that we are working agile ways of working, but we were not. So we actually took I can say 3 to 4 months to actually gathering the requirements. We were going to the people, asking them, what do you want? And many times they were saying, oh, I want to work on this spreadsheet. I want you to replicate this spreadsheet into the new tool. Okay. And then we built that tool in the 2 years. After 2 years, we released the product there. And same people who actually gave us the requirement, they rejected that product by saying that, okay, this is not meeting our requirement. We said, but this is exactly what you asked for. But problem, what happened was, just to meet those spreadsheet functionality, our product was so heavily customized and it became so slow that whenever engineer, they were even trying to enlarge an image of any part, it was taking them few minutes and they rejected it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, iterative and incremental became far more important, right?
Yes. Means, and also asking the people why as well. Why do you actually use that spreadsheet? Don't just take the requirement for the sake of it. Maybe trying to understand what outcome are you looking for from this as well. So
that's great.
Yeah.
How has your perception and execution of the Scrum Master role evolved? Are there aspects of the role or the accountabilities that you view differently now compared to when you first started?
I would say yes. When I was the early Scrum Master, I think many times it happened that I thought that I am helping the team, but I was not helping the team in itself. So very much
Mm.
like moving the tickets on their boards. I used to think that, oh, I am actually helping the team when I'm moving those tickets from this in progress column to that done column and all. And what I learned was that sometimes I'm moving the tickets, but that was not the right status of those tickets itself. And also, I was not helping the team to learn as well how that workflow actually works as well. And I think I have learned some hard ways. Another example of this is I used to write JQLs for my teams, Jira queries,
Mm.
how to actually gather the data from and create the dashboard, create the automated reports from the Jira. Now, whenever I started working as a Scrum Master, first thing I try to do is, guys, just give me the read-only access. Don't give me the edit access. If anybody doesn't know, I can help you. I can coach you and teach you that how to write that, but I will not write by myself. That's not my job, but I will be mentor you. I will help you in that. So I would say my role, my perception toward this role is more indirect now, rather than solving all the problems, how I can help people to solve their problem by themselves. So that's, I wouldn't say that it's a big improvement since then. And also just going out from the Scrum team as well. So earlier, I always used to think my job is just to help the team. But many of the impediments, as we know, like the team structures, pressure from the leadership, they are actually sitting outside the team.
Mm.
And that's what I learned, that, okay, I also need to go out from the team to help my team as well. Something we talk about this is a inside out change in our PSM2 class. So I think that's something that started coming later on.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, that shift from Scrum Master question mark to Scrum Master exclamation mark, right? And if you don't know
Yes.
what that is, you got to take a PSM2, right?
Yes. Great class. Great class. One of my favorite.
Yeah, it's a great one. Barry and Chris and the Scrum.org stewards did a great job there.
Yes.
All right. What advice would you give to someone aspiring to become a Scrum Master? Is there a particular mindset, skill, or habit that you believe is crucial for success in this role?
One of my suggestion would be that 2 days cannot make you a great Scrum Master.
Yep.
2 days training. Yes, it's a good start, but the thing is, it's a continuous learning. And that's something they need to keep on doing as well. Keep learning about those new tools, techniques, try out new things. I know many people, they said, oh, agile is a mindset. Yes, it can be, but it takes months and probably sometimes years to change the mindset as well. It cannot happen after 2 days training.
Right.
So maybe that's something they need to see as well, that, okay, yeah, don't just talk, maybe do some things as well. Okay, it's not just a soft role. Maybe learn about few things like Kanban, how Kanban can help. Maybe learn more about the product ownership as well. Learn about the product management, and learn about the metrics like EBM. Those are the, yes, I was about to say that. Those are the kind of thing probably we need to learn, try to apply. I'm not saying everything will work.
Somewhere back there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying everything will work, but try out. Be agile in your agile adoption as well. Don't be dogmatic. Keep learning.
Yeah, that continuous learning is important. I'm sure your desk looks a lot like mine. It's just stacked with books and all the things that I should be reading, but I'm running out of time each day. But yeah, so that's a great tip. Keep learning, watch podcasts, read books. Oh, I'm glad you have a copy of that as well.
Yeah, I was reading this because I was learning about some scaling thing. So they both,
Yeah.
Nexus and evidence-based management. I was just trying to combine both the work. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure any Scrum Master you talk to we could just start popping up. I was looking at $1 Trillion Coach. I was looking at all sorts of crazy books, Radical Focus, because I'm trying to sort through the OKR nonsense, and our desks are just stacked. I think that's a wonderful tip. Keep reading, keep learning.
I'm started reading this book as well, Creating Agile Organization,
Nice. See?
by Cesario Ramos and Ilya. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a high bill at Amazon. It's a sign. That's a good sign, right?
Yes.
Speaking of books, we just
Yeah.
rattled off a bunch. So, last question here. What is one book every Scrum Master should read? Does not have to be an Agile book, does not have to be a Scrum book, certainly does not have to be one of my books. Just what is the one that you think really helped you out as you were going along this journey?
I would say those were the Scrum books in itself, to be honest, Ryan. So one book that really helped me was, I would say, by Geoff Watts.
Yeah, Scrum Mastery.
Scrum Mastery, How to Become the Greatest Scrum Master. And why I liked that book was, first of all, it's so simple to read in itself, very simple language which can go into it. And the style of Geoff is very great as well. It's quite easy to remember those things, I would say. And then I really like your book, which you and Todd wrote as well, How to Fix Your Scrum. And why I like the dress, that again, it is all about, okay, there are the few things that you can start doing as well. Certain tools and techniques, which I'm more fan of.
Yep.
Knowing those tools and techniques, how to fix the anti-patterns, rather than just a lot of theory. I'm not a big fan of theory. I'm a big fan of, okay, what are the things I can do to fix the things in itself as well. All the books by Geoff Watts, they are great. Even the Product Mastery is a great book as well.
Yep.
Team Mastery is a great book as well. So yeah, those definitely, I would say, few of my favorite, which and again, user story mapping. I don't know many people they read it or not. I have keep going to that book again and again. And another book which is always on my desk is this one, How to Keep Putting the Low Cost Experimentation. I think many people, they don't like to do experimentation because they think experiments are always costly. But this book talks about that as well, that, okay, your experimentation could be smaller, cheaper as well. And we can bring learnings. It's not everything has to go into the production. You can do the digital prototype, you can do the paper prototype, you can even do the focus group interviews. Experiments are all about learning. So I really like this book as well.
Cool. Yeah, Jeff is a good friend, really great trainer, really great author. Jeff Patton with User Story Mapping, wonderful book. Even if you don't end up using user story mapping, it's still just a good book. Like, it's a really, those are great ones. We'll add them to the shelf. So, Lavaneesh, we are at the end of my questions. Anything you'd like to get in front of the listeners and the viewers before we call it a day?
Oh, what exactly you want me to answer for?
Anything to plug? Any websites? Anything coming up?
From me?
Sure.
Oh yeah, means why not? So my website, so www.edgeagility.com. That's where I'm mainly working on. Okay, all of my course and blogs. Again, if you search me on the Scrum.org, you can find out certain blogs and things which I have started writing as well. So yeah, and guys, feel free to connect.
Yep, we'll get some links. We'll get all your links out there so people can connect with you.
Yes.
And thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, Ryan.